Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies. Look, I know I have not been on here, and I do apologize. For a minute, I've been dealing with my daughter, dealing with family, period. But in the meantime, I just wanted to say happy Monday. My prayer still goes out to D Bless One who lost her father a couple of weeks ago. Um, Still saying my prayers to DC Young Fly, who just buried his wife. Prayers up to Jamie Foxx and everything. I burnt the candle a couple of months, well, a couple of weeks back for Jamie Foxx. But in the meantime, I have someone that is very special, a good friend of mine, from a friend of a friend. I would like to bring out to Mr. Raz X all the way from New York. We'll find out more details how he became this big time rapper producer, and he also have this merchandise. So we're gonna listen on to what he has to say.
Hey, what's
Hello,
good? What's
Red.
good? What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little under the weather. You see, I have like the allergies, this air quality thing that's been going on. So, other than that though, I'm good. So, maintaining.
It's the pollen. It's the pollen. A lot of people get the allergy spill. I call it
Yeah.
the allergy spill because, here in Chicago, we have bipolar weather. I don't know if you ever heard of Chicago got the worst weather. Yes, we do.
It's
We
very
have,
yo, I heard I never been to Chicago, but that's what I heard. Like it's really similar, to New York weather. So like
yes, yes. Now, what part are you from, Queens? Are you from the Bronx? Because you sound like you from the Bronx.
yeah, I'm a Bronx dude. You know, I was born in Manhattan, but raised in the Bronx. So I was in Manhattan for like as a baby, but I never, I wasn't there long, but like I was raised in the Bronx. So that's all I know, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm
So
saying?
let me ask you this. How did you get started become this big time rapper, producer slash podcaster?
Well, it started like I was about, probably in junior high school when I fell in love with music. I used to play like in the band classes and stuff like that. So I always had like an ear for music. Like I will always hear like songs on the radio and stuff like that and just be like infatuated with that. So that's where it started, and then as I got older, like, I just started pursuing that more, and then it was just, like, one thing led to another, and then, I really didn't start taking it seriously until 2016. Around that time, that's when I started putting like more effort into it, time, investing money into it, networking, and here I am today. So the production, I've always been doing that since high school. That's when I started making beats. Rapping, I was doing that since like 13, 12, 13. I mean, the rhymes weren't even that good back then, but I just always had like I knew how to count bars, how to, come in when the beat came on, stuff like that. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow, you sound like me because I used to play the piano. So, you know,
Oh, okay.
it's in us to know how many bars because 8 counts, 4 counts, sometimes even 7 counts. It all depends on the music and how it's been played. Um, so let me ask you this: what is the meaning of true hip hop in your own words? Give me the meaning of your own definition of hip hop. Because, and I wanted to say happy 50th anniversary to all the hip hoppers, to all of my rap artists, to all of the legends that are the hip hop heads.
Yeah, yeah. Happy 50th anniversary because like a lot of people never thought hip hop would make it this far. So like for it to still be here, people thought it was a fad. So it's like an real big deal.
Mhm.
But like actually, and before I get answer the question, I was into podcasting. I just got into that like last year, so I'm still building the brand, but it's called the Rozek Zone. So
Yeah.
I'm about to start season 2 up, where I'm starting to bring on guests and stuff like that. But I'm a freak of ill. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be dope. But to answer the question, true hip hop to me is just like anybody that's just like where they're just like authentic to themselves, and I would say where they're speaking like I mean you have to sort of like exaggerate certain times, when you're rapping, you have to, but I would say where let's say if you lived it or you seen it, then I would say that's like true authentic hip hop. I would say the beats have to be like boom bapish, like let's say like a mid 90s type of sound. That's what I identify as like true hip hop, authentic
Okay.
hip hop. And I would say if you live in it too, like where you dress, slangs and stuff like that. So I would
Yeah.
say I embody that.
Yes, without the JC, I'm an Adidas and Puma head, so
Okay.
I don't do the Jordans too much. Only Nike, some Nikes, but Adidas and Pumas are my number one. And a lot of people say, "You still wear your Adidas?" My Adidas.
That's Run DMC. I think they started that, right? Like that was a little before my time though, but I like the history of it. But I think they were the ones that came out with that song that it
Yes,
was Adidas or something like that.
yes, Run DMC all the way. I'm always
Yeah.
a Run DMC fan. Have you ever watched the movie Kush Groove? Because the Crush Groove is like actually when they first came out with my Adidas. I'm a Radio by LL Cool J, Curtis Blow. Man, I mean, it's a good movie to see. And I suggest anybody who's a hip hop head go watch that because it came straight from New York. I think they taped it in the Bronx. I know they taped it in Brooklyn, and I definitely know they taped it in Queens too. So it was like a little bits and pieces of New York.
I heard
And
of it,
some
but I
part
never
of Jersey too, if I'm not mistaken.
okay. Like I've heard of it, but I've never seen it, like
Oh my
yeah,
goodness,
but
you
it was like a big deal, back then. So
oh my
and
goodness, you got to go see that movie. I'm telling you. It came out in 1986. As a matter of fact, it came out right on time when I made 5 years old. And when that movie came out, it came out August 13th. My birthday was the 16th.
okay. So that
So,
was 3 days apart. Right.
I mean, I still remember that movie to the back of my head. Because my mother took me to go see that movie because I'm like, I want to go see Crush Groove. I want to go see Crush Groove. And me as a little girl at 5 years old, you know, knew about hip hop.
Wow. So that's very young. See, I didn't start till like later. I was probably, I mean, I always heard the songs, but like I was more like it was more like when I was like in preteens. That's when let's see, that was like 97, 98. So like I caught like that Jiggy era, like Big had just died around
Tupac.
that time. Yeah, like and then it was Puffy and Mace was running like stuff, and then it was like DMX, Big L Cannabis. So like that was like the era I caught. But I remember the stuff, but it was just like I didn't really understand it.
Right. And, see, I'm a 70s baby. And, being in the game for a long, long, long time with the hip hop head, listen to, like I said, listen to Curtis Blow. I wasn't able, and this is the funny part about it, I wasn't able to listen to Uncle Luke Campbell music. I was not able to
Oh,
listen to
Uncle
it.
Luke.
But I snuck and
Oh,
watched it. I snuck and watched it. So that was like my
man.
first trap music as they call it today, the trap music.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it is what it is. So in the hip hop area, it's like we all have to look at the bigger side of the picture because do you know the four fathers of the founder of hip hop?
Oh, nah. Like, to be honest, nah. But, like, I think it started in 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, so that's where it started at. It was, August 11th, 1973. But, I know, like, certain parts of the history, but, like, not like the I ain't gonna sit here in front like I know, like, every detail about it.
Right, right. I feel you because we get. I know you heard about Africa Bambaataa,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
DJ Kool Herc,
Yeah, of
um,
course, of course.
Melly Mel. You know,
Those are,
those
like,
are
legends.
right. Those are and Grandmaster Flash. Those are our forefathers of hip hop.
Oh, so you mean, like, basically, like, from, like, when it started type stuff? Okay,
Yes,
like,
when
I
it
know the
very first started, yes. You know, Melly Mel, I met him last year and he was an awesome dude. I didn't really know it was him until they told me, oh, that's Melly Mel. I'm like, oh, that's Melly
yeah,
Mel? Oh, he's a true legend. Like,
yeah, yeah.
he's really that true legend,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And are you coming to the 50-year hip hop anniversary in Queens, New York with Mike Bro?
Yeah, like, we are actually supposed to do this because, see, I have more time in the summer, like, because I'm working now. I work, like, as a paraprofessional around, like, kids and things like that, and I work at the college, where I'm, like, an administrative assistant, so my time is and then I do the music and stuff like that also, my days are basically packed. So this summer I should have a lot more time. So we've been talking about that. He recently just started working, I think. So he said like right now his time is kind of jammed. So like
Yeah.
we are really gonna try to do this because we it's a lot of networking opportunities to make out there, you know.
Yes,
Um,
yes, it is. And I'm hoping, I pray that I will make it this year. If not, because I'm trying to get everything going on for my daughter and her
mm,
scheduling, because it's like bumping into my schedule.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm maneuvering around her schedule with my timing. So hopefully, I don't want to give nobody no hopes, but hopefully I will make it out there. You know,
Hopefully,
but
hopefully.
hopefully because she's into this big sports, so
Mm,
um she's in this big sport that requires my timing most of the time and her coach's time. So yes.
okay.
um but other than that, let me ask you one more quick question. I ain't gonna hold you up too long. So when you who did you produce? Who is your major producer? I mean, major artist right now? Because when I looked at your profile, you became the producer. So I see you in the studio now. So who's your major artist as of right
Like it's like I don't have like nobody signed to me, but like that's a goal of mine is to like eventually start my own like production thing where I'm like signing artists. But if right now I produce for it's this dude named C Rod. He's like
now?
underground. He did songs with like Corey Guns, Cassidy, Bizarre from D12. He's toured over the states and all that. Like, so he's really doing his thing. He's making moves. So I did beats on like about three of his albums. What's it called? My This Is My Apology Letter to God. Let's Make Hip Hop Great Again, and
Okay.
the Breakup Tape, and also what's his name? Germs Black. He's like from New York. He was like making some buzz with Dipset. He did songs with like Dipset.
Okay. So he
Stuff
pretty
like
much big.
yeah, yeah. These are like established artists like like Mike. It's another cat, Mike Books. Gospel Flex Uno. Like these are all like a Bandit Z. I just did some stuff from him for him last year.
Hmm.
So like these are all like established artists that
Oh wow.
they got a name for themselves and stuff like that, you know. So it's plenty more, but I can't remember off top though. But those are like the main people.
Right. And now, do you know? Are you doing any female artists right now?
Females, not at the moment. They like I was working with this girl years ago. Her name was Angie Levy, but like it really didn't pan out the way I thought because she had like a kid or something like that in
Oh,
like real life or whatever. Then I think she started working or something like that. So it really didn't go according to plan, but we were gonna try to do something. But I'm always
okay.
like open to work with anybody, if it makes sense.
So do you have your own studio in your house, or you go out to like a hall or something for your studio?
I have it home studio, so it's very makeshift, but like I know how to like tweak things to make it sound real professional. So like, I use a program called Reaper. It's like a recording program.
Okay.
On a laptop computer, I got like speakers, headphones, all that stuff. As I
Wow.
said, then I'll master through Lander. It's like a dope online thing where you upload the MP3 and then it does it for you. You know what I mean? So it saves a lot of time. And I make beats with like Reason and GarageBand. So
Wow. And let me ask you this: so, who would you like to work with? Like, what is the biggest names you like to work with?
oh man, like I would say it's so many people. Some of them have passed away. Like, obviously Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., DMX.
Yeah.
That's who I grew up on. They're obviously not here right now. But
Right.
like living, I gotta say Dragon, Cassidy, Cannabis, it's mad people. Havoc, um, The Alchemist, it's so many. It's so many. Noriega, it's mad people. Like, but yeah, those are just some that basically the dudes that I grew up on, like, J Hood,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
yeah, yeah, J Hood, from like D Block, the Locks, all them, you know what I mean? So like I'm actually gonna try to get J Hood on a track. I was actually just on his mixtape Most Wanted volumes 1 and 2. So
Right.
y'all
I've
check
seen
that out.
that on your
Yeah,
profile.
yeah,
With
yeah, yeah. That just dropped like not too long ago. So like I got Felon I'm Back Niggas, that's remix, that's on volume 1 and Fell in Love with an Escort remix is on volume 2. So I'm gonna try
how
to get huh?
how did you meet J Hud?
Oh, it was he was actually following me like years ago, but as I said, I wasn't really taking music serious and it was just more like something to do, like as a hobby. But then I started taking it seriously around 2016. And then, we just started, I'll be asking like, yo, you need beats and stuff like so he'd be like, yeah, you still gotta keep working. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, now I feel like I've got my name and status out there where I could like slide him beats and stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
um and then we just started talking. He sent me something that, for features and stuff like that, where I could feature him on like my project and stuff like that. So we have some things that may be materializing, in the near future, as well as cannabis too. Like, so
Yeah. Hmm. That's major. And you
yeah,
never knew that you and J Hub were actually
yeah.
following each other.
Yeah, 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 and it's and to me, very like it's very surreal to me because I don't really see myself like that. Like to me, I still think of myself as like a teenage kid that was just, that's all I used to do back then. I was just like listen to music all the time, like for my favorite artists, like J Hood, Locks, Pop
Yeah.
Big, and that's all I would do, just be like fantasizing, like yo, like I want to like either get in the game or whatever, start right. So yeah, like I still like to me, I'm still like a fan, like consuming things. So I don't really even see myself like that. So it's still surreal to be even in the same projects or like name as these artists, so it's
Hmm.
crazy, man. Dream.
Mom. And that's awesome. Anybody else you following that you try to reach out to, like the legendary, like Silver Fox?
Oh yeah, like Cannabis, he's one of my inspirations. Like he's a guy that he was so nice. Like I don't know if you're familiar with this, but like
Yes,
he was killing everything back. Like this was like 97 to '03 Cannabis I'm talking about.
yes,
Like when I heard him and I just was infatuated. I like the battle rap culture, so I was just so into his style. Like he was like mad aggressive, like, "Yo, I snatched your crown with your head still attached to it, ripping the seat." Like, so, and then I was like, "Oh man," just
yeah,
the type of lines he was saying, I was so into that. And so I was talking to him about, like featuring him on a song and stuff like that. So I still got some ways to go to do that, but is I see that happening in the future. You know, uh, Cassidy's another one,
are you
Dragon.
good friends with Cassidy? Because I keep hearing you saying Cassidy. Are you real good friends with Cassidy?
Nah, 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 but, like, C-Rod, the artist that I was telling before, he actually did a song with him that I produced, but I actually never met him, but yeah, like, I mean, he's friends with him, but I was always, like, a fan of Cass, like, even now, like, he still got it, like, he always had bars and, like, his songs
Yeah.
was tight too. And Drag, he was, back when he's spitting still ill now, but, Rough Riders, that was when I was really, he had, like, this dope voice and stuff like that, like, and, he always had punchlines that I like, Down Bottom, they call, now what's that joint? The Rough Riders Anthem remix. They call me Dragoon, on the bone, up on the moon. Be careful, cause I burn you. You better learn, dude. What you don't know. Rough Riders be the team, which means yeah. So yeah, I knew that his whole catalog like the back of my hand back then. So yeah, he's another one, but like he's hard to reach. Like I DM'd him, but he didn't answer. So I
Mhm.
guess he's busy. You know.
Wow. And that's awesome because I mean, you are in the right connection with, especially with J Hud, because J Hud knows some anybody and everybody. So you'd be surprised with
Right.
J Hud, and you keep on linking up with J Hud, keep making the 5 beats, with J Hud.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like, cause he was another one like where I was just like me and my crew thought we was him and D Block. Like when we was in high school, that's all we would do. Just like, in school, at school, we would just listen to them and then just be like, basketball smoking and stuff. So that's basically all we was doing. But like, so it's still like mad surreal to be even mentioning the same name as him. So like I'm like, damn, so
So Anthony, quick question, right quick. I know that we dealing with the shenanigans with this new the rap game, as they call it, the trap rap. What is
mm.
your intake about these very newer rap artists?
Well, I mean, I'll put it like this, to each his own. Like everybody has their own style, you know, I can't knock them. They young black men, getting money and stuff like that. They doing their
Hmm.
thing. So I can't hate on that. But, you know, it's just not my type of music to listen to. Like I wouldn't bump that on like my daily base. I wouldn't really be rocking to that type of style of music, but as I said, to each his own, they got a lane, they found a lane. So, but that's just not for me, like I'll listen to a few of the songs, but then I'm just like, nah, like I'm more like of a 90s, early 2000s type of dude, like boom bap, like some R&B singers in there,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, that's just not for me. Like, like to make that style of music or be listening to that type of stuff. Cause I'm too old for that, like to be following trends and stuff like that. Like, my time has passed as far as like I'm too old to be keeping up with trendy music and fashion. So
And what do you say about today R&B music as well? Have you worked with any R&B artists just yet, or no? Or you still working on the rap artists?
oh nah, I haven't worked with no R&B artists at least with a name. I'm just working with like the rap artists, but that is a goal of mine. Like, I mean, I've done a few songs with like some artists, but like they don't have a name like that. But like, I've done a few songs with them. I appreciate singers and stuff like that. Like I always like tracks like that, like R&B, like 90s early 2000 R&B. But like nowadays I feel like the style of it is different, like the beats is different. They use a lot of like auto tone a lot of times, you know.
Okay. Yeah. And where can people go find your music?
Oh man, I'm everywhere, man. Like I actually have a website. It's you can find like the majority of the stuff on there. So it's Roz X Productions with a Z.com. So RASXPRODUCTIONZ.com. So on there you can find like beats that I got for sale for artists, if you spit. The lease agreements is on there. I got albums that I've dropped and stuff like that on there. I teach courses to like up and coming aspiring artists, producers. If you need that, I could like coach you how to get started on making beats and stuff like that. Like how to get the like make a beat skeleton. You know what I'm saying? And like songwriting and song structure. And I could ghostwrite your song too if you provide the beat and the audience. And I'm on like Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, all of that stuff. YouTube, what you call it? It's YouTube .com / at RosX. So you can find me there too.
Okay, cool. I did pick up on it when I did a research on you and everything yesterday, and I was like, let me see what Rod's talking about with your music. So that's when I decided. I said, let me go ahead and do a little sneak peek, and I seen that. I'm like, okay, look at you. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm everywhere, man. I just love doing this. And the thing is like it's like even if I never was known, I would've just been, like, still doing this because I just like doing it, as I said, like, I was just doing this, like, it was just like a hobby, like, years ago. Just something to do, like, play it for people, they'd be fun. But I really didn't think that I would be in this position talking with you now. Like, I never
Right.
thought that. So this is still, like, unbelievable.
Yeah, and then you say you've been doing your podcast. Now, what is your podcast is about?
Oh, that's basically it's mainly about my like life experiences, accomplishments, music based. So like I'll like for instance, I'll like have it's like little short episodes. It's 10 episodes out right now for season 1. So it's basically like I'm talking about they're probably like, between 2 to 5 minutes each. I'm talking about past albums I dropped, like certain stories that happened in my life, experiences, things like that. Uh um Certain things like hip hop based, like things like that. So it is really dope. And like I'm about to start bringing guests on, as I said earlier, like this season. I'm about to start this back up this summer into the fall. So I'm
Okay.
just gathering up all of the stuff that I need and asking people. I had one guest on already, which was my sister. Um, that's in the works, but it's gonna be dope. And then eventually I'm gonna expand it to where it's just not music based, where I just bring on like interesting people, things like that. So
Wow. And not only that, and you and Mike Bro,
mhm.
excuse me, you and Mike Bro, you all are doing something together on the podcast. Am I correct, or is just something different?
Oh, like basically what he's working with the Evening Rush. So like he had invited me on there to like mess with them. But I like for me, he said something like I would have to sign a contract, but I wasn't really feeling that. I don't like to be contracted to nothing. I already got like my own little flow going.
Right.
But like he was like that I could go on there and like promote and stuff like that. If I got something new, I just like ask him and promote it. But I was on uh the Brooklyn or the Brown Table, I believe 2 or 3 times already. But he's working on his own podcast, I believe with it's another Mike, where they're trying to do something called Mike and Mike's podcast, but he said something.
Yeah.
There was some problems with
Uh,
uh the banner or something like that, he was saying. So I don't know. He didn't have a timeline on when that will be fixed. So I don't know. But I saw like he had something on his Instagram that it was him and like it was like promoting his new podcast. So I don't know like when it's gonna start though. So
Okay. Well, tell the people how can they find you, and we'll leave it as that. And I just wanted to say first and foremost, thank you for coming on my platform. It's an
definitely.
honor, a treat for me because I learned something from you, and we learned from each other. So, you
Yeah.
know, it's a learning experience of today. And I just want to say thank you for coming on my platform and everything. And tell the people where they can find you.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me. You can find me on what is it? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that is at Roz Excellent. So at RASXCELLENT. You know, YouTube, I'm on there at RozX, you know, or you can just type in RozX. Let's see that. I'm on all of that stuff, Spotify, yeah, just just Google my name and then stuff will pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. And everybody who's watching, make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you tag everybody. Share this live. That's the main important. Hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you share it to everybody. Tell a friend, of a friend, tell a friend to a friend, and even a family member too. So yes, so thank you, sir, for coming on. I
No problem.
appreciate it.
Appreciate the
And
same here.
yes, and if we work on together, maybe me and you can work together on certain notes. If if you have any questions for me and answer it, if you don't have one right now, you can always inbox me. You have my web pages and everything, so we'll
Right.
link us through there.
Definitely could see us doing like a song because I saw that you were like an artist too. So we could maybe collab on something in the future. So
Hey,
that'll
I
be
got
dope.
some things going on here. I'll be in New York pretty soon. So yes, so once I'm tagging to New York, I'll definitely give you a buzz.
No doubt, no doubt. Definitely, definitely. So
Yes. So we can work together. Yes, I'm also a ghostwriter too. I wrote a song for Mike Nitty from New
mm,
Jersey, Atlantic City. So yes, I wrote a couple of songs for him.
dope, dope. Is it like
Yes.
rap or like R&B? Like a
He's
rap?
a rap artist.
Okay, okay, okay. See,
Yes.
that's
So
what's up. So
yes, King Michaels. Yes, I have written songs for him. Um, people wanted to bite off my hand, so I'm like, you know what? I can always rewrite it and put it in my own words, and they won't even know
yeah, facts. Yeah,
it.
exactly. Like
Sometimes I want to keep it for myself, but I just rewrite it, and they won't even know what the words are.
right. See, the thing is, I noticed about ghostwriting. I remember I used to write for like some artists when I first started. Like they didn't really know how to count bars, so I would be writing for them. What I had to do was I had to figure out like what style worked for them, because it
Yeah,
was dope bars, but like it wasn't something I would spit. So like I had to be like, all right, he's a little bit more like quiet, like and he's more like flamboyant. This dude is more aggressive. Let me just, all right, I'm gonna go with like this style. So it was interesting, but they'd be like, yo, why ain't you spit this, yo? Like this joint is hot. I'm like, that's not me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Sometimes it's meant for you. Sometimes it's meant for somebody else. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
part of being a ghostwriter is. It if it is, if it ain't,
facts.
and that's how I have to look at it because I started out writing poetry, and then my poetry, my godfather, Silver Fox, Reggie Hobb, congratulations to him because he's now Mr. 50-year anniversary hip hop. And yes, he has helped me through some things with my writing. He said, hey, this is good. Why don't you just go ahead and make it to a song? And so I had to extend it out my words and extend it out half and reword some of my poetry into my writing.
Yeah.
So that's how I started out writing poetry. I started writing poetry when I was 5. So
Wow.
yes, yes, yes.
You
And
got
I still remember that. I still remember my little poetry that I wrote over the years, you know. But but other than that, I just wanted to say salute to you. Happy 50th anniversary to you. Even though you were youngie, but it's okay because we still represent the 50 years of hip hop anniversary of the rap game. And then if anybody doesn't know, you best to believe it today. Positive mind, positive energy, and you don't let nobody take your joy away from you because your
that's
who you are is your brand, and your brand is who you are, and it's representing your name. So I want to say good night to you, sir, Mr. Raz X, and I'll be getting in contact with you after this is over.
all right. Thank you.
Uh,
Salute. All right. Have a
Salute
good
to
night.
you.
All
Good
right.
night.
All right.